Guys, Revenge here, and today on this tutorial I'm going to be showing you imports. Okay, so in Java you can actually take things from that people have already created and put it in your script. And it's not stealing, it's not like torrenting where you're like physically taking files. What all you're doing is you're saying that I want to import or give my script the ability to use methods or things that someone has already written from another place. Of course, you have to define the place, and for RSBuddy Scripting, they give you the places, and that's in the Java doc. Lucky for people who use Eclipse, if you write a method or if you use the class, it will automatically come up and tell you, do you want to import this, or else it won't work in your script. But it's important to know why you need to import it, and that's why you need to cover it. Okay, so a little analogy would be like taking. Alright, so you need to import goods to your country. For anything, you need to say China is selling loads of goods. You want their goods, but you need to import it to your country. It's the same thing, because the goods that they have you can't find here. I don't know, tea leaves. You need tea leaves. You can't make them here because tea leaves don't exist. Well, then you need to get them from China, so you need to import them. In this case, you're going to be importing from RSBuddy. You know, close enough. Or RSBuddy. So, I used to do tutorials for RSBuddy, so if I ever say that, I'm sorry. Okay, so for RSBuddy, to find where your imports are, you go to the Java doc. Each class, and we'll go over this in a second, has its own import. And you need to import this, or else you don't have that tea from China. You have nothing. You only have the junk that grows here. You do not have anything from China. But if you import this, you have all the tea leaves you want. You can use any method from the account class here that RSBuddy has already made. But you can't use them until you import them, because you need to tell your script that you want to use this. Okay, so to import something, we'll do something that is actually useful. You don't want to import account usually. We'll do bank, because you always need to do bank. Oh, a little thing to go over here. The reason there's two is because one is something called depreciated, which just means that they updated their codes, or their API, as they say. This is the API, so that there's more up-to-date methods. If you see this ever depreciated, or in Java it becomes underlined, I think yellow, and says and crossed out, and it says this import has been depreciated, you want to import the other one, which is widgets, bank.widgets. This is the import you want, because these are not depreciated. There's nothing that says depreciated. Okay, so to import this, you take the tea leaves from China to I'll stop using that analogy, I'm sorry, to bring in the class bank, so you can use all the methods. These are all methods. So if you wanted to use, say, you wanted to close your bank, the RSBuddy has made a method called close. And you can use that in your script, but before you can use that, you need to import this. It's very simple. It's just telling your script that you need to import it so that you can use it. So for the people using Notepad++, I'll show you how to import it, or just for an example, I guess. Here's how an import would go. You would paste. So here's your import. You'd write, this is where you're importing it from. The very beginning, you just write import, and sorry, at the very end, because it's a statement, you would end it with a colon. We'll go over why you end it with a colon later. but for now, you just understand that this is importing. This you're ending your statement. So this would be a correct import. So okay, so now somewhere in my script, if I wanted to implement the bank function, say in my loop, I would simply just have to write bank, because bank, as you can see right here, it would be a capital B, but it works either way in this because it changes it for you. So, but we'll do it correctly. So bank dot, and then it comes up with, because I'm using Eclipse, but it comes up with all the methods. Bank is your class. These are classes. All these are classes that RSBuddy has made that you can use in your script once you've imported it. And the bank, once you have the class, just to state it, you would say bank dot, because you're calling the class. The class is called bank, and then you'd call on the method that you want. It's really not too hard to really figure out. If you want to say something about inventory, you'd write inventory dot, and of course these are all the classes and all the methods are all located on that Java doc that I showed you. But this is just because we've implemented the Java doc into this. I can just hit period and it comes up with all the methods. So close. You want to do the widget close. Okay, so bank.close. So this right now, if the bank was, well, this would actually just close the bank. There's no parameters, but what all I'm doing right now is calling on my import that I imported, bank, and telling the bank to close, which is a method that RSBuddy has made. Of course, you have to make parameters, but this is just calling on the methods that you'd use. This is actual scripting. This is something that you'd really do. Bank.close is to close banks, but you'd have to work in parameters, of course. I mean, you can't just say bank close. You have to give if statements, which we'll go over later. So this has been importing and why you do it and how you do it. In my next tutorial, I think we're going to go over methods and classes, because you can't stress that enough. You need to go over that. The short bit that I just showed you was kind of just a little sneak peek of it, but really you need to understand how to call methods. You need to understand why you're calling the class first and then the method, and you need to understand where to find everything. So this has been the Java tutorial for imports. Thank you so much for watching. Like, favorite, whatever the video. I don't care. Just just to get more views. Sharing's caring, you know. All right. Well, thanks, guys. See ya.